Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining us at CC14 and J2's API night. We're so excited to have you here. We're so excited to have all of you online as usual. Thank you so much for the continued support that you give to our community. Before I'm going to get into talking about what this night is about and thanking Stripe and all of these things that we definitely want to get around to, I'm going to introduce myself first, as though some of you did not see me last night at Demo Day for CC13. So my name is Heather. I am the program lead for the Immersive, and it has been my awesome privilege to work with this awesome group of students that you are going to see here tonight. This is my colleague Eriko. So this is going to be a fully bilingual event. I'm going to be presenting in English and emceeing as such, and Eriko is going to be emceeing in Japanese. So let's give it up for Eriko.
皆さんこんばんは。今日このイベントにお越しくださってありがとうございます。オンラインの皆さんも見てくださってありがとうございます。今日は初めてのコードクリサリス CC14 英語クラスと J2 日本語クラスのコラボイベントです。そして今日はストライプとコードクリサリスの初めての、コラボの API ナイトということですごく私たちも楽しみにしてました。自己紹介遅れましたが、私はコードクリサリス日本語イマーシブのインストラクターをしてますエリコと申します。そして隣にいるのはヘザー、イマーシブのヘッドをしておりますヘザーです。今日は、私が日本語でヘザーが英語でバイリンガル形式で MC を務めてまいりますので、どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Okay, thank you. Okay, so before we get into presentations and further introductions, I want to talk a little bit about this project for those of you who don't know what this is. So this is our first ever collaboration with Stripe Japan, so we're super excited about that. And the apps that you are going to see two teams present here tonight were built in about 3.5 days, if you don't count all of the all-nighters and late nights that the students have put into the products that you're going to see here tonight. So amazing work done by students who are just in the 7th week of our 12-week program. So I hope that you enjoy it as much as we have watching them create it this week.
最初に少しこのプロジェクトの説明をさせてください。このプロジェクトは、今週の火曜日から3日半ぐらい、4日弱で作り上げた、ゼロから作り上げたプロジェクトの発表になります。で、今回は5人の2チーム、2グループで、プレゼンテーションをしてくれます。はい、で今回ストライプジャパンの皆さんにご協力いただいて、ストライプの API を使ったプロジェクトをみんなが作ってくれました。ぜひ楽しみにしていてください。
So before we get into the presentations for the evening, I would like to take a moment to thank Stripe Japan for giving us the time and the team over there. They've been really available for the students, giving feedback, answering questions, and I know they're really busy. So we, the Chrysalis team, and the students, of course I know feel the same way, are super grateful for the time that they've devoted to this project. In particular, I would like to thank Michael Wu, a software engineer over at Stripe Japan, and David Heffernan, the head of Stripe Japan. So thank you so much, you guys. It was really a pleasure working with you.
そして、この場を借りてお礼を申し上げたいんですけれども、今回は私たちのためにこのような素晴らしい機会をくださったストライプの皆さん、本当にありがとうございました。生徒たちはこのような機会初めてだったんですけれども、いろんなサポートをくださって、何かテクニカルな面ですとか、いろんな面で質問をしたらすごく快く質問に答えてくださって本当にありがとうございました。今回、ストライプの、ダニエル・ヘフェルナンさんとマイケル・ウーさん、本当に、私たちにサポートしてくださってありがとうございます。
Okay, so before we get into student presentations, I want to invite Daniel to come on and talk a little bit to us about Stripe and this project.
はい、それでは生徒のプレゼンテーションの前に少しストライプのダニエルさんからストライプについてのプレゼンテーションをしてくださいますので、どうぞ皆さんダニエルさんのプレゼンテーションをお聞きください。
I'm really excited to be a part of this. I have been a big fan of Code Chrysalis for such a long time. I remember speaking with young when they were just getting set up here in Tokyo, and have been to many of the events in that space. It's unfortunate that I can't be there today in person, but Michael is on his way and should be there before long. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to quickly introduce a little bit about Stripe for anyone who may not be familiar, and then we'll try and wrap it up quickly and hand over to the students so they can talk about their fantastic projects. ちょっと日本語、もう、自分で訳しながら話をします。今回はちょっと対面で参加できなくて本当に申し訳ないんですけれども、うちのチームのマイケルがそろそろ到着すると思いますので、ぜひ彼とも話をしてみてください。Let me just share my screen here. All right. Okay. Now, this is great. I can see my own screen through Zoom, so I know this is working. But yes, let me just quickly introduce a bit about Stripe myself first. I was born and raised in Ireland, and after that came to Japan 10 years ago to study in University of Tokyo for a postgrad. Then I worked as an engineer in my role before Stripe. This was 7 years ago. And I was working at Cookpad, and then joined Stripe in 2014 to set up our business here. So Stripe's mission is to increase the GDP of the internet. In Japanese, we say internet no GDP を増やす. Might be a little bit opaque, ちょっと不透明かもしれないんですけど, and the idea here is not that we try and dominate the online share of e-commerce, but that by contributing tools to the ecosystem and making tools available to developers and entrepreneurs, that they'll be able to start new businesses and will be able to increase the amount of economic activity that's happening on the internet as a whole. 意味で言うと、このeコマースのオンラインシェアをなるべく自分たちのものにするっていう話ではなくて、ツールなどを提供することによって、開発者とかアントレプニュアがそのツールを使って新しいビジネスを立ち上げることによって、世の中に新しい価値を作っていくというイメージですね。So to talk a little bit about our origins, if we go all the way back to 2007, the Twitter.com was just starting to be a thing that people were starting to use. And there were some rumors of an iPhone of some description coming out, which looked like this. So maybe people can remember some of the stuff that was going on. これちょっと2007年、まで遡ると、ストライプのちょっとこうきっかけになる話をしたいと思うんですけど、こういうツイッターが出てくるとか、Apple が携帯を作るっていう噂が出てくるとか、そういう時代だったんですね。At the time, our co-founders were working on this thing called Octomatic. Octomatic was a tool for eBay power sellers to be able to more efficiently manage their auctions. And this was something where it was a SaaS product, and they were able to build a technology and release the product, but really struggled when it came to charging for the thing. これ Octomatic っていううちの創業者が作ったものですけど、ストライプの前にですね、こういうビジネスをやってて、eBay のパワーセラーのためのこのオークション管理アプリ、SaaS サービスですね、を作ってたんですけど、これ作るのは良かったんですけど、やっぱり販売するところで、課金前ですね、もういきなりすごい難しくなってきて、苦戦してたっていう背景があります。So at the time, if you wanted to accept online payments, you could go to a website like this, where there's some long description of all the things that go on. And if you want to start using it, you can't just get started. You have to contact them through this form. こういうソリューション世の中にあったようなものなんですけれども、こういうちょっと説明が長かったりとか、使い始めるのにまずはこうお問い合わせフォームから連絡しないと使えないというものだったり。Of course, PayPal was around at the time as well, but PayPal back in 2007, the docs are a 466-page PDF, which is not terribly developer friendly. PayPal ももちろんあったんですけれども、この当時の PayPal を見ると、こういう数百枚の PDF でのドキュメントが出来上がったりとかしてて、なかなか開発者としてはあまりいい体験を受けられないような状況だったんですね。So 2009, Patrick started writing Stripe. 2019年の最初の GitHub の Git のコミットですね。 So fast forward to today, we support a lot of different size companies from all around the world. Here are some of the more global users we work with. グローバルで言うとこういう企業と仕事をしてて、if you look at Japan, there's a large cross-section of companies. So you might know some of these on the top. I think everyone would know the ANAs and the Nikkeis. I suspect most people here probably know a lot of the smaller users here as well, the Wantedlys and the Frees and the Smart HR, who actually just raised a new round of funding today. That was really cool. Well, we support everything from enterprise down to startups, the most ambitious startups we can find. 日本のユーザーで言うと、いろいろこう規模があるところがあって、誰でも知ってるようなANA だとか日系とかもちろんなんですけれども、多分今日ご参加されている皆さんだと下のところのスタートアップもご存知かなと思うんですけれども、スマートテックですとか、ウォンテリーですとか、いろんな SaaS 企業ですとか、スタートアップを支援しています。実はスマート HR も今日資金調達をしたことを発表してました。Getting towards the end, don't worry, but just wanted to quickly walk through then what we offer. So at Stripe's core, we have this payments stack, and on top of the payments stack, we have our various applications which offer higher levels of functionality. Stripe のプロダクトのラインナップの構成で言うと、下にコアの決済機能、決済基盤があって、その上にいくつかのソフトウェアレアのサービスがあります。Here's some examples, but Connect, you'll see a little bit of Connect used in the projects today, but Connect allows you to build a marketplace, a platform. Radar allows you to expand your business into new markets without having to worry about fraud. And Billing allows you to run a subscription business like some of those SaaS businesses that we just saw a minute ago. いくつか例を申し上げますと、コネクトちょっとこれからもプロジェクト内でも話が出るんですけれども、マーケットプレイスやプラットフォームを作るための技術であって、レーダー、海外展開などをするときに不正使用の対策をしてくれるシステムの一つで、ビリングっていうのが継続課金とか定期支払いを可能にする、API になります。All right, we are hiring. I know a lot of the past Code Chrysalis alumni may be watching this event as well. Please do reach out to us. We're actually looking for an engineer in Tokyo right now, as well as folks in Singapore, New York, San Francisco, Dublin, all over the place. So please don't hesitate to reach out, daniel@stripe.com if you are interested. もう大募集中でございます。東京もエンジニア1人探してるんですけれども、他にもシンガポールですとか、ニューヨーク、サンフランシスコ、ダブルいろんなところで、エンジニアを探してますので、ぜひお声掛けください。I am on Zoom today, so I'm not sure how you can say hello to me, but daniel@stripe.com. I'll be hanging around on Zoom if anyone needs me. And Michael is on his way. He'll be there. If he isn't already there, he'll be there before too long. So if you can find him. 私はちょっと残念ながら今日は対面の参加できてないんですけども、Zoom にずっといます。あと何かあれば、daniel@stripe.com までご連絡ください。マイケルはそろそろいらっしゃるのかなと思いますけど、ちょっと見かけたらお声掛けください。That's it from me. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel. That was a nice presentation.
ダニエルさん、本当に素晴らしいプレゼンテーションありがとうございました。
Okay, so I'm going to invite our first team up here. So Team Pizza could go ahead and come up here and begin taking the stage.
では最初のチームに、プレゼンテーションを行ってもらいたいと思います。彼らはチームピザということで、素晴らしいどのようなプレゼンしてくれるでしょうか。
Okay, so Team Pizza has built an app that I don't want to spoil too much for you, but the app is called eTokyo.
そう、彼らの詳細な説明はちょっと取っておきたいんですけれども、彼らは eTokyo というアプリを作ってくれました。美味しいを再発見できるそうなんですが、さてどういうアプリなんでしょうかね。
So as Eriko just said, we're going to invite you to rediscover your oishi with Team Pizza. So let's give it up for Team Pizza.
Yay!
こんばんは。私たちのチームはチームピッツァということで、ストライプさんのAPI を使いまして、eTokyo というアプリを作りましたので、そのプレゼンをさせていただきます。よろしくお願いします。 内容としますと、4つに分けて、説明します。1つ目として、その問題とどういうふうにして回答考えてきたか、そして、2番目としてその製品とデモをお見せいたします。で3番目として、そのテクノロジーで4番目としてどのようなことがチャレンジになったかで、フューチャーについて説明いたします。はい。メンバーですけれども、ここにいる5人がで、この、アプリを作りました。まず私が忠敬でして、フロントエンドの方を担当しました。で内容としますと、バックエンドからにある情報をフロントエンドに持ってくるというところを主に担当しました。では、テックリーダーのエリ、よろしくお願いします。
Hi, I'm Ari. I was a tech lead for this project. I worked mainly on the front end and the UI. For the features, I worked on the bilingual feature of the app.
Hello everyone, I'm Kat. I mainly worked on creating the overall structure of the front end components, and I worked a little bit on the back end deploying to production.
Hello everyone, my name is Nori. I work mostly back end. I call the third-party API and get the information and send the data to the front end.
Hi, I'm Yusuke. I worked on the back end, mostly on Stripe API and getting the data from the front end and passing to the back end. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。じゃあ続いてエリに紹介してもらいます。
So, who here has heard of GoToEats campaign? Anybody? Anybody? Or GoToTravel maybe? Maybe some people online? Okay. So actually, we've actually been hearing about this phrase for a very long time now. It's been going around in our daily lives, haunting us. So let's take a look. You'll know what I mean.
普段よりもお得に外食ができるようになります。政府は飲食店を支援する GoTo イートをスタートしました。
GoTo イートキャンペーン GoTo イートキャンペーンについて GoTo イートキャンペーンは GoTo イートアゲンされます。
So GoToEats is a program that's been announced on the news every single day for a couple weeks now. So what really is this, right? This is a response of the Japanese government to help the Japanese economy that has been struggling due to COVID. This is to incentivize citizens to go out and eat more at local restaurants. And there is two main system to this campaign. There's a voucher system and a point system. So with the voucher system, citizens are to go and purchase a booklet of physical tickets that they're able to use at specified registered restaurants at their specified region. Now for the point system, customers need to make reservations online in one of 4 websites. And they are to rack up points, and they can use it as a discount system. So here's the problem. There is an official website, and there's definitely been buzz, and people's been talking about it, but it's quite unclear where to find information. There's a very nice looking website, but there's no one space where you can find the list of registered restaurants where you can go. There is no place really where you can understand how to use this campaign or what it really entails. So the result of this, the system is extremely vague. And this is where we come in. So we'd like to proudly present our app called eTokyo. Enjoy Tokyo and rediscover your oishi. This is an app. It's a vision of our team's product that redesigns the GoToEats campaign, where the customers can search for restaurants in one location. They can purchase a voucher within this one app, and it's a very simple, clean, and simple process. Now, I do need to mention that this app is our version to the campaign, so the rules are a little bit different. It has been much simplified. But this is, yes, our version. So now I'd like to introduce our ideal customer to this app. So please take it away.
どのような人が利用するかなというところで考えたんですけれども、ここに見えるような、方、日本人、大志さんという方を想定しました。大志さんはどんな方かと言いますと、東京に住んでまして、コロナについてやっぱり心配している。だけれども、一応そうだけでコロナについてもやっぱ心配っていうのは頭の中にあります。で、バイリンガルで、友達として海外の友達もいっぱいいるという方です。はい。それで、GoTo キャンペーンっていうのは非常に気にはなっているんだけども、どうやって使っていいのかなというところに疑問を持っているという方を利用者として考えました。では、ユースケ、でもよろしくお願いします。
Thank you, Tada. So I'm Yusuke. Pretend I'm gonna be Taishi-san. So I'm gonna be Taishi. Okay. So I'm really worried about Corona, but I really want to go out and eat and enjoy. But I'm really, it's kind of risky going outside because of this bad situation, right? But it seems like there's some cool app called Eat App, so we're gonna discover it together, okay? Alright, so we'll go ahead and see our Eat Tokyo. The first expression, the app seems really clean, nice. It seems like on the front, on the top, there is a search filter, and there's some restaurants below here. And one of the things that I don't really like or not into it is when there's too much instructions, right? So let's see how this site is gonna work. So I'm gonna go to how to use page and see how I can use it. Nice, so there's only 4 steps. It seems like really easy. Select the restaurant, purchase a voucher, show the voucher to the restaurant, and enjoy my meal on the restaurant. So that looks really nice. And it seems like they have a COVID measure that is really important because I am worried about having a risk of getting for COVID. So that is really important. Now, I want to search for a restaurant, but I'm kind of alone, right? I need a friend to go out to eat. So could you be my friend and go out together? Okay, nice. So what do you want to eat? Sushi.
Okay.
Right? Sushi. That is a good choice. Right? Nice. I like that. But where do we want to go eat sushi? Tsukiji. Tsukiji, yes. Yes, that's right. You could be my good friend. Alright, so now we're gonna search Tsukiji. Alright, Tsukiji right here. And we're going to eat sushi. Nice. Then I'm gonna click search. Okay, nice. We have some restaurants coming down here. I think we should go with this one. Nice. So it seems like there's some vouchers, various vouchers available. We get discounts, 25% discount, and on the right side, the red color, we get a discount. That's the price that we're going to pay. Okay, so I'm really stressed. I haven't gone out, so I'm gonna go for the big one, right? It's always for the big one. So I'm gonna buy 4 vouchers, and let's click order. Okay, so this is gonna be the payment page. When the payment form is filled, let's check it out. Let's see. Is it going? Yes, we got the voucher. Yes, thank you. And one of the things that is really important to me is that there's, it seems like there's on the right top, a bilingual. My friend are not, it doesn't have to be a non-English speaker, so maybe they could click on this to see, find restaurants in Japanese. That is really important. And one other important thing is that when you're going out to restaurants, you're not gonna carry your PC. So it's important that maybe they have mobile looks. So let's see. They have the mobiles, right? It's nice. For this time, I'm gonna go ahead for the Japanese one and search. じゃあ日本語でここ行きたいと思います。日本語でじゃあこれ日本語で切り替えられたのでここでレストランをまた検索したいと思います。今回も僕は独断の偏見で決めます。でお台場に行ってでもう焼肉食べます。焼肉にします。Okay, click. いいですね。モバイルでもちゃんと見れてます。So that is really nice. So I'm wondering who made this app. This is a really good app. So who's the developer for this?
はい、カイさん。使っていただいてありがとうございます。I'm happy to satisfy our application. I'm a member of developer team. We can check the payment in dashboard easily. So this application is good for customers and business owners. For customers, it is easy to find good restaurants and pay easily. In this COVID-19 situation, it is really risky to stay long time in a crowded town. Using this application, we can find good restaurants online and pay in advance. So, what you need is just go to it and eat after eating and go to home only. It will minimize the risk of infection. For business owners, it is easy to start selling voucher online and easy to register. Usually it is really difficult to start online business. So it is very useful marketing tool, I think. So these are our key features. First, we use Stripe Payment API. It is very secure, so customers and business owners don't need to consider about security risks. And we developed simple and clean UI and UX, so users can easily understand how this application how to use. And we prepare the Japanese and English user interface, so a lot of people use this application. Finally, this application offers information of safety of the COVID-19, so user can know what the restaurant do to prevent to infection. And this is our tech stack. We use React.js as front end, and we develop server using Node.js Express as a backend. And in the server, we connect Grunavi Web Service API and get the restaurant's data and send the data to the front end, so we can search the restaurant. And in the payment, we use Stripe Checkout API. Finally, deploy to Heroku. So Kat will introduce our challenges.
Thank you, Nori. Okay, so for challenges, I'm going to talk about two of our main challenges that we faced. So the first one was just around incorporating a payment system for the first time. And so not only were we learning how to use Stripe API for the first time, we also wanted to make sure that it was integrating nicely with the rest of our technologies. So for example, on the front end, a user would be placing an order, and we wanted to make sure that the correct order information was being sent to Stripe API. So to do this, we use React hooks. So we use use state and use context to manage the component states. And specifically what would take place was a user would place an order, and that would update the state, and then whenever they would place the order by pressing the button, the order button, we would send a transaction request to Stripe API that takes the data from that state. So another challenge we faced was just we wanted to make it user-friendly to incentivize more people to use it. So a key feature that we wanted to implement was to make it bilingual. So for this, we use React I18 Next framework. And we actually manually wrote the translations for the copy on our websites, aside from the restaurant data. And we use this framework to render the translations with a click of a button. So next up for future, we definitely are prioritizing the user experience, so we want to implement a map view. Right now, you guys saw that we just have a gallery view, so we want to use something like Google Maps API to just make it easier to find the restaurants. With that, we also want to implement an autofill search, so something that will auto-populate as you begin your search. And we also want to make it a restaurant hub. So right now, it's definitely more user-centric, but we want to make it easier for restaurants to sign up and also find information on how to collect payments. And of course, we want to use Stripe Connect API for that. As Nori mentioned, we are using Stripe Checkout API to collect payments, but we want to use Connect in order to reroute those payments to the restaurants. So as Eddie mentioned, Eat Tokyo's partnership with the government is actually non-existent. This is just our vision for what we would do if we had the opportunity, but it was super fun to be able to iterate on a real website and improve it. And who knows, maybe one day you'll see such a partnership. But in the meantime, you guys can find our app with this QR code, and you can contact us to see if we can make this vision happen. Thank you.
Okay, awesome work, Team Pizza and Eat Tokyo. I really hope that the government accepts your proposal. I think that would make it a lot easier for all of us.
チームピザのみんな本当に素晴らしいいい東京っていうアプリを作ってくれて本当に素晴らしかったです。きっと私も東京都なんかやってくれるんじゃないかなと期待してます。
Okay, so I would like to invite Team Sesame Crushers up next to the stage.
セサミクラッシャーっていうチーム名のチームです。
Okay, so Sesame Crushers looks like they're getting set up, but just to give you an idea of what problem they have solved, so kind of a related thing in these coronavirus times, they actually had a unique approach to the Stripe API where they decided to solve the problem of lengthy waiting times in waiting rooms to pay after a hospital visit. So with their app, you'll never have to wait a long time to pay for your hospital visit afterwards ever again, and we'll let them tell you a little bit more about why that's such a great thing.
少しだけ彼らのアプリの紹介をさせていただきたいんですが、彼らは面白い観点でこのアプリをまた作ってくれました。皆さん病院に行って支払いのためにすごい待ったって経験ないですかね。それを彼らのアプリを使えばもう一瞬で解決してくれます。そんなアプリを作った彼らのプレゼンテーションの準備は OK？ じゃあ彼らの、プレゼンテーションをぜひご覧ください。
All right, hello everybody. We are Team Sesame Crushers. My name is Tanner, and I was the tech lead for this project. And I'm excited to introduce our app, Dr. Stripe. So let's go on and see what it's about. Oop. Here we are. So let's go ahead and introduce our team. So over here we have Miku on the back end. And then we had Hong, the tough-looking one. He was working on the back end too. And then we have Akina, who worked on the front end in the design. And then we have Ryu, who also worked on the front end. And then I dabbled in both the front end and the back end for this project. And one more thing, today is a special day because it's Akina's birthday. All right, thank you so much. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Miku to talk about her time as a nurse in Tokyo.
Thank you, Tana. Hi, everyone. Good night. I'm Miku. I've been working as a nurse for 6 years in Tokyo. During my time as a nurse, I found an issue. That is, waiting for a long time in the lobby is difficult for everyone. It's stressful and time consuming. And furthermore, nowadays it's huge risk of infection. So let's think about through the real life issue. Let's meet Jiro-san, a father who has 2 children. Him and his partner both full-time work, so he's very busy. Very busy to take care of his kids and his work. So there's a dilemma. Jiro needs to go back home immediately because he has work, and waiting time in the lobby is too long for him. And COVID, he's worrying about spending long time in the lobby because of infection rate. So let's see the skit. So Jiro-san, one day Jiro-san came to the clinic. He is a doctor and he is a Jiro-san.
Well, thank you for waiting, Mr. Jiro. What is wrong today?
Hey, Mr. Tamura. Do you have any idea how long I have been waiting out there?
Oh, that was very unfortunate. I apologize. But today was a very busy day, and plus it's flu season, so you must understand. But I have to say, in our size, this big hospital in Japan, this is fairly normal. But anyways, what's the matter today?
Actually, I have throat pain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You might have a cold. Let me check up on you. Could you please open your mouth? Oh, you already opened up. Aha! Ah, yes. Okay, you can close your mouth. Okay. I can definitely see swelling. It's red. I think you have a cold. I will give you something for your throat. Please drink this every night before you go to bed. Take a good night's sleep and it won't get that worse, okay? Okay, so I think we're done here. If you can go back out there and wait for your pay, and then you can go home.
Okay, but actually I have no much time. So can I ask you how much more longer?
Oh, you
I
have
have
to
to wait.
Oh, I can't say for sure, but let me check outside. From the looks of it, I think you'd have to wait another good 2 hours maybe, I'm sorry. But
excuse me?
Another 2 hours.
2 hours?!
Unfortunately, it is usual situation in Japan. To solve this issue, we create an application that is Doctor Strike!
All right, so this is our Dr. Stripes page. And as a doctor, after I see my patient, I would want to write a patient form, a doctor form, and I would write about the patients that I just saw, like the ID, the symptoms, the treatments, and my name and what hospital name I am. So after I write it, it will be populated like this, the name of the doctor, and today is, I guess, his medical fee, Mr. Jiro's medical fee is about 2,000 yen, and then I will submit that. And that is submitted, and I've done my report. And now it is Mr. Jiro's side, he's the patient, and he can use this app too.
はい、本です。ここからはちょっと日本語で発表したいと思います。さっきちょっと小芝居であったように、ジローさんはこれから2時間待たなきゃいけないんですね。でもこれって結構珍しいことじゃなくて、日本では結構よくあることなんですよね。そこで出てくるのがここはドクターストライプです。で、ここで彼がドクターストライプが何をしてくれるのかっていうのを今から説明したいと思います。今までかかってた2時間を2分にします。2分です。さあ見てください。時計で測ってでもいいですよ。じゃあいきます。まずログインで、ペイシェントの方からログインしますね。はい、もうこれすでに先ほど ドクターの方が送ってくれたこれ請求書の、支払いのカードなんですけど、2000円ですね。でこれを、支払いたいのでこのチェックアウトを押します。はい、そうですね。そしたらここに支払いの画面ですね。入れて、まだ1分ぐらいしか経ってません。多分。でこれを押してもう簡単です。もうあとはこの番号を入れればもうこれだけで OK なんです。じゃあいきます。おい、できました。で実際にこれやったけど支払われてなかったらちょっと残念なんで一応チェックしますね。そしたら今アンペイドの方には未支払いがないんですね。ちゃんと支払われたってことです。証拠に今支払い済みの方に2000円と出てますね。2分でした。2分ではこれからアキナがアプリの詳細について話したいと思います。どうぞ。
Okay, I will reintroduce about what is the point of our application. The first, as we saw, pay medical fee, contact free on mobile. You don't have to wait for a long time if you use Dr. Stripe. Second, manage visit history. As Ponson showed us, when you pay after that, you can see when you visit, like where you visit, and then how much did you pay. You can see it. And then last things, it's easy to use for patient, also easy to use for doctor too. So you explain about our structure of application, please.
Okay, so this is what we use, our technology, and I will explain about the structure a bit too. So on the left side, the blue side is our front end. We used React and we deployed on Vercel, however you pronounce that. On the back end, on the pink side, we use Express and Postgres as a DB, and then connect that with Connects, and then deployed it to Heroku. And this is the doctor side UI, and I'm going to explain about the flow. It all happens when the doctor submits, hits the submit button when he writes the report. It makes a post request to Express, and Express inserts the data into the database. So that's all for the doctor's side. Now this is the flow of the patient side, the patient UI. Now as we were reading the Stripe API documents, this is our understanding of the Stripe API checkout API function. So it all starts from the patient UI. When the patient hits the checkout button, it will make a post request to the backend side, and the backend side will make a session, bringing back the session info, and then it will redirect to the checkout page. The Stripe API will give you a checkout page and redirect that, and the front end will give you a checkout page. And once the user enters the credit card information and presses pay, it will go to the Stripe API again, and at the same time it will make a patch request to the Express server, and then make a patch that says it's paid. And finally, Stripe API will give you a success URL when it is successful, and for our case, it will go back to our homepage. So that was the structure and the flow and the technology that we use. Next, I will pass it to Tanner again for our future features.
Awesome, thank you so much, Ryu. All right, so I'm going to talk about some future features and ideas that we would hope to implement. Number one would be hospital locator or clinic locator, right? We're trying to make this all-inclusive medical app. Let's just take care of all our medical records inside one simple mobile app. That would be great, right? As someone that's dealt with online medical appointments and booking, it can be very complicated and there's way too much going on in the UI. So we're trying to simplify that and keep it clean. Next would be, like I said before, pharmacy prescription fulfillment. So let's just keep it all inside one app. And then the personal scheduler and for setting doctor's appointments, and then you can have your vaccine information stored in there as well. So let's go ahead and move on to our challenges. So some of the challenges that we faced overall as a team was just deciding on the structure of our database, just what info is important to the user. We want to keep it simple, like I said before. So just deciding what the user actually needs to see was a challenge for us. And then the outline of the React app. We had to change this a few times, and when we implemented the Stripe API, we had to just kind of change some more components around to get it working with a nice flow. And then last was deciding on our MVP. And then here we have our Stripe API solutions. So these are just some highlights that we personally liked about the Stripe API. As a developer, the developer dashboard, these logs and events that you're able to see in real time, these transactions that customers are making, is really amazing. It can help a small business or a large business very easily. The checkout API that we actually use is customizable and it's very user-friendly. It's a pretty standard form that you can kind of implement anywhere if you have a general idea of how it works. And you can change the background color and change some basic information and add your own logo if you want to. And here's just a screenshot. This is a really nice feature. You can see a generated sales report of just the day. So this is just us messing around with some dummy data, and you can see that the transactions are live, and you can see peaks and troughs in your business transactions, which is very, very nice. All right, and I would just like to finish up and say thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and thank you to my awesome team. I couldn't have done it without you guys, so it was really great working with you. And you can access our app right here from our QR code, which our app is deployed on Vercel. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Team Sesame Crushers. I also hope that something like this becomes a reality one day too. It would definitely greatly simplify things for those of us who live here in Japan. So medical industry, please take note. These fine folks will be graduating soon, so definitely give them a job, please.
はい、セサミクラッシャーのみんな本当にありがとうございました。これは本当日本の問題を解決してくれる素晴らしいアプリだと思います。なので皆さん、彼らは素晴らしいディベロッパーなので、ぜひもうすぐ卒業するのでしたらハイリングしてあげてください。
Okay, so I want to actually ask everyone to give it up one more time for all of the students who presented here tonight. I'm certain that all of you out there enjoyed it as much as we did in here, so thank you so much for the wonderful presentations, all of you. And again, thank you so much to Daniel at Stripe and Michael who's here. Hi! So just a really quick fact, this class is just now finishing week 7. So they're only a little bit over halfway finished with this course. So if you want to see what they're going to be able to do in just 5 weeks from now, their demo day is October 29th. October 29th, please come out and join us in congratulating actually our first combined, fully bilingual cohort graduate from Chrysalis.
はい、ここで少し皆さんにお知らせなんですが、彼ら生徒は12週間のイマーシブコースというすごくハードなプログラムの7週目をちょうど終えたところなんですね。そしてこれから5週間後にはデモデーって言われる最終プロジェクトの発表があります。日程なんですが10月29日木曜日の夜7時かな。なので皆さんこのスケジュールぜひ開けておいてください。今日よりもより素晴らしいアプリを彼ら作ってくれるはずなのでぜひお楽しみに。
Okay, so with that, we're going to conclude the presentation portion of this event. Thank you so much, as always, for all of you out there and all of you in here for your continued support of our students and our community here at Chrysalis. We really couldn't do all of this without you, so thank you so much and have a wonderful night. Stay safe, stay dry, enjoy the autumn.
はい、それでは、今日のイベントこれで残念ながら最後になってしまうんですが、本当に今日このイベント来てくださってでオンラインで見てくださって皆さん本当にありがとうございました。そしてストライプのダニエルさん、マイケルさん本当にありがとうございました。これからもぜひコードクリサリスよろしくお願いします。素晴らしい金曜の夜をお過ごしください。ではまた10月29日にお会いしましょう。さよなら、バイバイ。